once again to this lesson. Today we are going to talk about phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs. What is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is a phrase made up of a main verb and one or more small words. These small words can be prepositions or adverbs. And when you add the preposition or an adverb, it changes or adds to the meaning of the main verb. And sometimes we call these words particles. We call them particles. We have an example here. For example, turn on. The verb is the verb to turn. So the particle that you add here, it is on. This on is a preposition. And then here we say turn on. So it changes directly the meaning. We have look, we add the particle after. We have give, we add the particle up, and then we say give up. We have bring, the verb to bring, we add the particle up, there is a preposition, then we say bring up. Put, we add off, put off. So these particles are modifying the meaning of the verb. So even though each word is simple, when they come together, their meaning changes completely. That is what makes phrasal verbs special and sometimes difficult for learners. Let's look at some examples of how meaning changes. We have here, for example, the verb look. Look has many different meanings when used with different particles. Here we add the particle for and we say look for. To look for now will mean to search for something. For example, I am looking for my keys, or I am searching for my keys. Look, we add the particle after and we read look after, look after. So directly you see, this look after means now to take care of someone or something. For example, she looks after her young brother. So it's the same with she takes care of her young brother. She looks after her young brother. We also have again this look and up. Look up. We say look up. Look up means to search for information. For example, you can look up new words in a dictionary. You can search for the information about new words in a dictionary. We also have this look out. Look out. To look out means to be careful. To be careful. Look out. There is a car coming means be careful, be watchful. There is a car coming. We also have here look forward to. To look forward to, this is to feel happy about something that will happen. To feel happy about something that will happen. For example, I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to learn under you or under your instructions. So you see, to look forward means you are happy about something that will happen. So here you can see how the small words for, after, up, out, forward to completely change the meaning of look. Structure of a phrasal verb. A phrasal verb always begins with a verb followed by one or more particles. One or more particles. Example, we have here verb plus adverb wake up. Wake is a verb, up it is an adverb. Wake up. Sit, verb, down, adverb. Stand, verb, up, adverb. These are the structure. So, secondly, we have a verb plus preposition. Here we are seeing how you can make a whatever a phrasal verb. Verb plus preposition. For example, look after. After is a preposition. Listen to is a preposition. Depend on is a preposition. Thirdly, you can have a verb plus adverb plus preposition. Get along with. Get along with. Put up with. Look forward to. Verb. So that's why we say that sometimes a phrasal verb always begins with a verb followed by one or more particles, because now here when we have verb plus adverb plus prepositions, here we have two particles. We also have transitive and intransitive phrasal verbs. Some phrasal verbs take an object, something, or someone affected by the action, and some do not. Transitive phrasal verbs, they need an object. For example, turn on the light. You understand the meaning of turn on the light. This is switch on the light. Turn on the light. So the object here in this sentence, it is light or the light. Turn on the light. Put off the meeting. The object here is meeting. Put off the meeting. Look after the baby. So which means you can not just come and say look after. No. You must put an object for the sentence to be complete. Put off what? Turn on what? Turn on the light. Put off the meeting. Look after the baby means take care of the baby. So second, these phrasal verbs cannot stand alone. They always act on something or someone. Intransitive phrasal verbs, they do not take an object. The bus broke down. Remember previously we have been explaining the transitive phrasal verbs, and these ones here, they are intransitive phrasal verbs. For them, they do not take an object. For example, the bus broke down. He woke up early. She went out last night. So these phrasal verbs describe an action that is complete by itself. She went out last night. He woke up early. The bus broke down. Also, we have separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. Separable is something that you can separate, and inseparable is something that you cannot separate. So here we are talking about separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. Some phrasal verbs can be separated by the object, and some cannot. Let's first look at the separable phrasal verbs. Here you can put the object between the verb and the particle. Example, turn on the light. You see, the object comes at the end of the sentence. But also you can put the object in the middle and you say, turn the light on. So you see how this is separable. Turn the light on, it is correct. Or turn on the light. Turn the light on, turn on the light. Another example, pick up the phone. Good. So here we say, pick the phone up. Separable. Write down the address. Write down the address. Or write the address down. These ones are separable. Now let's look at these inseparable phrasal verbs. These are the phrasal verbs that you cannot separate. The object always comes after the whole phrase. Look after the children. The object is children. Look after the children. Not look the children after. This is not correct. Look the children after. It is not correct. Run into an old friend. Run into an old friend. Don't say, not run an old friend into. No. Get over a problem. Don't say, get a problem over. Here is a list of some common phrasal verbs. Number 1, ask out. To ask out, this is to invite on a date. He finally asked her out last week. He finally asked her out last week. Means he invited her on a date last week. Well, number 2, back up. To back up means to support. To back up means to support. For example, I'll back you up if anyone questions your decision. I'll back you up if anyone questions your decision. Means I will support you if someone tries maybe to oppose your decision. We have this blow up, means to explode. The bomb blew up before they could defuse it. The bomb blew up before they could defuse it. Means the bomb exploded. Blew up is the past tense of to blow up. 4. Break down means stop working. We use this breakdown especially when talking about machinery. For example, my car broke down on the way home. Means my car stopped working when I was heading home. My car broke down on the way home. 5. Break up. To break up means to end a relationship. To end a relationship. For example, they broke up after 3 years together. They broke up after 3 years together means they ended their relationship after 3 years of being together. 6. Bring up. To bring up, this is to raise maybe a topic. She brought up a new idea during the meeting. To raise, to come up. So she brought up a new idea during the meeting. 7. Call off. To call off, this means to cancel. The game was called off due to bad weather. Means the game was cancelled because this due means because due to bad weather, because of the bad weather. So call off means to cancel. The director, it is another example, called off the meeting. Number 8, carry on. To carry on means to continue. Example, please carry on with your work or continue with your work. Carry on. Keep up. Keep on. Carry on with your work. 9, catch up or with. So this is reach the same point. For example, I'll catch up with you later. I'll catch up with you later. I'll reach at the same point with you later. 10, check in. To check in, this means to register at a hotel or airport. For example, we need to check in before 3 p.m. This is when you are going to the hotel and then you register. You tell the receptionist or the one working maybe at the reception that you are going to be in their hotel. You pay the money, and sometimes you may not pay the money, but you'll pay the money when you'll be checking out. They take your name, they give you the keys, you put maybe your luggages in the room. Yes, this is to check in. We need to check in before 3 p.m. Maybe why before 3 p.m.? Maybe if we check in after 3 p.m., all the rooms will be occupied, will be taken. To check in, this is to register at a hotel or airport. So the opposite of this verb to check in, it is to check out, to check out, to check out. So now to check out, this means to leave a hotel or examine. So we checked out early in the morning. We checked out early in the morning. For example, you enter the hotel. When you are checking in, it is always good to ask at the time that you should check out. Because at some hotels, you can enter, if you enter, for example, at 8, a.m. in the morning. For you to check out, they will tell you that no, you have to check out at the same time at 8 again. Or for us here to check out, you will have to check out at 10 o'clock in the morning. So it is good to ask. Because if you were supposed to check out at 8 in the morning and then you didn't check out at 8 in the morning, it reaches 10 a.m. or 12 p.m. You are still in the same room. They will charge you for for this second day that you have started again. It means you will have to pay money for 2 days. 12. Come across. To come across, this is to find by chance. Find something by chance, to come across. I came across an old friend today. Means I saw him by chance. I found him by chance. I came across an old friend today. 13. Come up with. To come up with means to think of an idea. Example. She came up with a we have 14. To cut down or to cut down on. This means to reduce. He is trying to cut down on junk food. 15. To deal with. To deal with means to handle. For example, we need to deal with this problem immediately. Means we need to handle this problem immediately. Or we need to look into this problem immediately. When I talk about deal with or to handle, this is looking for the solution, trying to solve something. 16. To do over. To do over means to do again. I have to do the assignment over means I have to do the assignment again. 17. To eat out means to dine at a restaurant. Example, we usually eat out on Fridays. We usually eat out on Fridays. This is to eat out. Not eating from home, not taking food from home, but eating from maybe a restaurant, a hotel. 18. To figure out. To figure out. To figure out means to understand or solve. Can you figure out this math problem? Can you solve this math problem? 19. Filling or to filling. This is to complete a form. Please fill in this application. When you are going, for example, to the hospital, school, sometimes they give you a form and they will ask you to fill in. They give you the application and they will ask you to fill in. That is to complete. There are some informations that you have to put there, that you have to provide. 20. To find out. To find out, this is to discover. and to discover. For example, I found out the truth about him. I discovered the truth about him. To come to know. When you say you find out or you discover, means you know something that you didn't know before. "21. Get along with or have a good relationship. To get along with someone, this is to have a good relationship with someone. Example, do you get along with your colleagues? Means are you in good terms with your colleagues, in good relationship with your colleagues? 22. To get back. To get back means to return. You can say, for example, I'll get back to you soon. Means I will return. I'll get back to you soon. 23. Get over. To get over means to recover from. She's trying to get over from, she's trying to get over the flu, sorry. Or she's trying to recover from the flu. To recover is like to be healed. So she's trying to get over the flu. She's trying to recover from the flu. She's trying to get over the malaria. She's trying to get over the headache. So you are trying to recover from something. 24. To give up. To give up means to stop trying. For example, don't give up on your goals. Don't stop trying. Don't stop working on your goals. Don't give up. 25. Go ahead. To go ahead means to proceed or continue. Go ahead, please. Proceed, please. Continue, please. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can go ahead without me. Means you can proceed without me. You can continue without me. 26. To grow up. To grow up means to become an adult. You are an adult now or an adult. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. When I become an adult or when I age up, to grow up, that is to age up. 27. To hang out. To hang out, this is to spend time relaxing. Let's hang out at the park. Means we need to relax. You are spending time relaxing. Let's hang out at the park. Can you hang out with me tomorrow? Yes. 28. We have to hold on. To hold on means to wait. For example, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm not ready yet. Hold on a minute. Wait. To hold on means to wait. 29. Keep on. Keep on. This is continue doing. Keep on means to not giving up. Keep on studying. You are doing great. Continue studying. You are doing great. 30. Kick off. To kick off now here means to begin. The event will kick off at 10 a.m. Means the event will begin at 10 a.m. The event will kick off. The class will kick off. For example, our English classes at center, like level 2, our classes kick off at 8 a.m. 31. Let down. To let down, this is to disappoint. My friend let me down by not showing up. Means he disappointed me. 32, we have to log in. Or if we can fast forward to add another example about this 31, let now. Can say, for example, a good friend will never let you down. Means a good friend will never disappoint you. Or you can tell sometimes you can make this promise to your friend that I will not let you down, or I will never let you down. 32, to log in. Now, to log in means to access a computer system. But we cannot only use login when talking about computer system, but also when we're talking about some online platforms or accounts. It can be Gmail, it can be Facebook, it can be Twitter, all these online platforms or online accounts. Yes, they will ask you to log in, means to access. Please log in with your credentials. So when you are logging something, here you have to provide your maybe the account name and the password. When it is Gmail, you have to provide your email address and your password. So that's how it happens. That's what happens. So 33, look after. We talked already previously about this look after, and you said that to look after means to take care of. Who is looking after the kids today? Means who is taking care of the kids today? Kids means children. 34, to look for. We talked also about it, which is to search. I'm looking for my keys. Look forward to. Await with pleasure. I'm looking forward to the weekend. This means when this is feeling happy about something which is to happen. I'm looking forward to the weekend. 36, look up to. To look up to I think, or someone, this is to admire. For example, I've always looked up to my father. Means I've always admired my father. To look up to someone, this is to admire someone. We also have 37, makeup. To make up means to invent or forgive sometimes. For example, they made up after a big argument. They made up after a big argument. In this way, it means they forgave each other after the argument. We also have to pass away. This is to die or to kick the bucket. His uncle passed away peacefully, or his uncle passed away last month. We have 39, which is pick up. And the verb to pick up, it means to collect. For example, can you pick me up at 6? Maybe you are a taxi driver, you drive a taxi, and so I ask you if you can pick me at 6 a.m. Means if you can come home, you pick me and then you take me maybe to the office or to my business agency or my business place. Can you pick me up at 6? Can you collect me at 6? Not only about drivers, but also it can be maybe a friend. Maybe we do go together. We do share the same way while going maybe to our business places, our business place, to the office. Please come and pick me tomorrow at 8. Come and collect me so that we can continue the journey together. 40. To point out. To point out, this means to indicate. She pointed out the spelling mistake. She indicated the spelling mistake. 41. To put off. To put off, this is to postpone. And to postpone means to change the program. For example, they put off the meeting until tomorrow. For example, this means that maybe the meeting was supposed to be today. The meeting was supposed to take place today, but they put off it tomorrow, or they put it off. They put off it, or they put it off tomorrow. So now this is to postpone. 41. To put up with. This is to tolerate. I can't put up with the noise anymore. Means I can't tolerate the noise anymore. Means I'm fed up. 42. Run out of. To run out of something, this is to have no more of something. We ran out of milk. Yes, 43, we have set off or set off. So to set off means to start a journey. For example, we set off early to avoid traffic. So to set off means to start a journey. So for example, you can also say, at what time will you set off tomorrow? Or we do, at what time will you set off tomorrow? At what time will you set off tomorrow? Means at what time will you start the journey tomorrow? At what time will you leave tomorrow? So we also have to show up. This is 44. To show up, this is to arrive. For example, he showed up late again. He showed up late again means he arrived late again. Or you can also thank you someone for showing up. Thank you for showing up means thank you for coming, thank you for arriving, thank you for, you see, to show up means to arrive. Or will you show up tomorrow? Will you arrive tomorrow? Will you come tomorrow? It's just an example. For example, you can say, will you show up tomorrow? Will you show up tomorrow? It's a question. 45. Sit down. To sit down, this is to take a seat. Please sit down and make yourself comfortable. To sit down, this is to take a seat. When we say sit down, means take a seat. 46. To stand out. To stand out, this is to be noticeable. Her bright dress made her stand out. So he was noticeable. So someone who stands out is someone who can be noticed by everybody, who can be seen, visible. So her bright dress made her stand out, which means that this person or this girl was noticeable because of the bright dress that she was wearing. 47. Take after. To take after means to resemble a family member. She takes after her mother. When we say she takes after her mother, means she resembles her mother. She takes after her mother. She resembles her mother. So to take after, this is to resemble a family member. Or you take after your daddy. When someone tells you that you take after your daddy, means you look like your daddy. You look like, yes, your daddy. 48. To take off. For the 8, to take off. To take off means to remove or depart. So bracket, we have flight here. So the plane takes off at 9. Here we see that this takeoff has two meanings. It can mean to remove or to depart. So when we say the plane takes off at 9, means the plane departs at 9, or means the plane sets off at 9. Okay? The plane takes off at 9. 9 is a time, means it departs, means it leaves at 9. But now let us look at take off as to remove. When you say, for example, take off, which will mean to remove, you can take this example. Take off your sweater because it is too hot. Or let me say, when it is hot, I take off my sweater or my jacket. Means that when it is hot, I remove my sweater. I hope that you see the difference between take off, which means to remove, and take off, which means to depart. 49. Take over. To take over, this is to assume control. For example, he'll take over the company next year. He will take over the company next year, means he will assume control. He is now the one who will be running, who will be leading the company. 50. Throw away. To throw away something, this is to discard something. And you throw away something that you no longer need. You can discard something that you no longer need. For example here, don't worry. No, don't throw away those boxes. Means don't discard those boxes. 51. Try on. To try on, this is to test clothing. For example, try on this dress and see if it fits. Try on this dress. Try on this dress and see if it fits. Yes, try on this dress and see if it fits. Here we also have to turn down. To turn down, this is to refuse or to reduce. For example, you can say she turned down the offer. Means she refused the offer. She turned down the offer means she refused the offer. To turn up. To turn up means to appear or increase volume. Means it has two meanings. Number one, to appear. Number two, to increase the volume. When we say, for example, he turned up unexpectedly. So he means he appeared unexpectedly. He appeared unexpectedly. When we say that someone appeared unexpectedly, means this person appeared when you were not expecting. You were not expecting him to come, but he just appeared. Okay, unexpectedly. Unexpectedly means without expecting. We also have 44, wake up. To wake up, this is to stop sleeping. Wake up means stop sleeping. I wake up at 6 every day. Mhm. Let me ask you a question. At what time? At what time do you wake up? You give me the answer. At what time do you wake up? Means at what time do you stop sleeping? I wake up at 6 every day. 55, to watch out. To watch out, this is to be careful. Watch out, be careful. Look out. I hope we had that word also. Watch out. There is a car coming. Be careful. Look out. Watch out. Okay? Be careful. There is a car coming. So which means maybe if you're not careful, the car may knock you or something else bad may happen. Watch out. There is a car coming. Be careful. 56, to work out. To work out, this is to exercise or find a solution. It has to mean, number one is to exercise. Like this example says, I work out 3 times a week. It does not mean that I find a solution 3 times a week, no, but it means I exercise 3 times a week. So this to work out, it can mean like, for example, you go to gym and then you work out. You are building, for example, the muscles. But also we use to work out when we want to talk about finding a solution. I will work it out. Okay? Means I will find out for it. I will solve it. Wow. 57, write down. To write down, this is to record or to jot down. Write down the instructions. 58, zip up. Zip up, this is to close a zipper. For example, don't forget to zip up your coat. I believe you all know the meaning of to zip up. A zipper, we find it maybe, okay, we can find it on your trouser, especially for male trousers. Even some women trousers have zippers. On your jacket, you can have a zipper. On the school bag, there is a zipper. Handbag, we have zippers almost everywhere. So don't forget to zip up your coat. Don't forget to zip up your bag. Don't forget to zip up your trouser, for example. To zip up, this is to close a zip. So which means the opposite of this zip up will be to zip down, which will be to open a zipper. To zip down. 59, zoom in. Zoom in, this is to make closer. For example, zoom in to see the details. Zoom in to see the details. And the opposite of this zoom in will be to zoom out. 61, break in. To break in, this is to enter forcibly. It means you force in order to enter. Someone broke in last night. When we say that someone broke in my house last night, it means he forced maybe the door, maybe he broke something in order to enter the house. He entered by force. So someone broke in last night. Thieves broke in my house last night. 62. Bring back. To bring back, this is to return something. For example, please bring back the book tomorrow. Means return the book tomorrow. 63. To call back. To call back, this is to return a phone call. Means to, okay, for example, I'll call you back later, or I will call you back later. 64. Calm down. This is to relax. Calm down. Everything's under control. Means everything is under control. Calm down and relax. To calm down means to relax. Don't be stressed out. Just relax. Don't panic. Calm down. Everything is under control. 65. Check out. You can check out something. This is look at it carefully. Check out this new website. Check out. You're looking at it with you are looking at it carefully. 66. Come in. This is to enter. Please come in and take a seat. We also have 67, which is cut out. Cut out. Cut out. To cut out, this is to stop doing something. For example, you should cut out eating junk food. Means you should stop eating junk food. 68. Dress up. This is to wear formal clothes. We dressed up for the party. To dress up or to dress means to wear. So to dress up, wear formal clothes. To drop by. This is to visit briefly. I'll drop by later this afternoon. Means I will not delay. For example, I will pay a visit. I will reach at yours, but I will not spend maybe hours there. It's just a brief visit for just for a few minutes. I just want to see you for a few minutes and then I go. So I will drop by later this afternoon. Fill up. To make something full. Fill up the tank before we leave. Means make it full before we leave. Get off or to get off. This is to leave a vehicle. For example, we get off at the next stop. I want to get off. Maybe you are in the taxi, the bus. You can say sometimes, I want to get off. Means to go out or to get out. To give away. This is to donate. She gave away her old clothes. Means she donated. Giving freely, to give away, to donate. To go over. This is to review. Let's go over your homework. Means just to review a homework. Hang on. This is to wait a moment. To wait a moment. Hang on. I need to check something. So this is almost the same with hold on. Hold on. Hang on. Wait a moment. Or hold on. Hang on. I need to check something. Hold on. I need to check something. Head back. Now this is to return. Because we have the verb in this, the verb to head. To head itself means to go. Verb to head. means to go. For example, you can say, where are you heading? To head means to go. You can say, for example, where are you heading? So now when you say now head back, to head back, this is to return. We need to head back home. Means we need to return home. Join in. This is to participate. Why don't you join in the fun? Look out. We talked already about it, which is to be careful. Look out, watch out. What else? We have look out, we have watch out, and I forget another word that I gave to you. So to look out means to be careful. Look out for falling rocks. Mix up, this is to confuse. I mixed up their names means I confused their names. I confused their names. I mixed up their names. To pass out, this is to faint. He passed out from heat exhaustion. To faint. Eight, this is payback. This is to return money. Or we can say again, for example, don't forget to pay me back next week. To return money, in another way, we can say to reimburse. Don't forget to reimburse my money. To reimburse my money next week. To pick out, this is to choose. Pick out a book to read means choose a book to read. Pull over, this is to stop a vehicle. The police asked him to pull over means asked him to stop. This is a vehicle. Put on, this is to wear. She put on her sunglasses. You can put on your sunglasses, you can put on your coat, your sweater, your jacket, clothes. So put on something, the belt or any other thing. This is to put on, to wear. Put out, to extinguish. They put out the fire quickly, means they extinguished. Or can we say to seized? They seized, to seize, they seized the fire. To extinguish, they put out the fire quickly. For example, the house is burning, and then so the fire extinguisher come to extinguish the fire, to put out the fire. 85, we have run into. This is to meet by chance. I ran into an old friend at the mall. I ran into an old friend at the mall. Also, we talked about a word which is similar to this, which was to come across. Hope you remember it. To set up. To set up means to arrange. They set up the equipment yesterday. Means they arranged the equipment yesterday. To show off. This is to brag. He loves to show off his car. This is to brag. You are bragging about your car. You know, there are people who brag about themselves. They are like, me, I have a good house, I have a big house, I have money. You are bragging about your wealth. about your house. You are showing off. So he loves to show off his car. Speak up. This is to talk louder. For example, someone is talking to you and then you can't hear. You can tell him, speak up, please. Speak up, please. Okay, this is to talk louder. Okay, we have that example here. Please speak up. I can't hear you. Stay up. Now, to stay up means not go to bed. For example, we stayed up all night talking, means we didn't sleep, we didn't go to bed. We stayed up all night talking. These are the words that you should start using. We stayed up all night talking. Or I stayed up all night chatting. I stayed up all night, maybe working. I couldn't go to bed. Stick to. This also continue doing. You should stick to your plan. Means you shouldn't abandon your plan. Stick to it. Here we have to switch off. To switch off means to turn off. And the opposite of this is switch on, which is to turn on. Switch off the lights before leaving means turn off the lights before leaving. Take care of. This is to look after. We talked already about look after. This phrasal verb, look after. Can you take care of the dog or can you look after the dog? To tear up. This is to rip into pieces. She tore up the letter. So tore is a past tense of tear. Tear up, tore up. So to rip into pieces, this is to tear up. She tore up the letter. Throw up. This is to vomit. Throw up, to vomit. He threw up after eating bad food. Means he vomited after eating bad food. To turn on. This is to start a device. It can be a TV. Turn on the TV, please. It can be a radio. But also a light can also turn on the light. Like switch on the light, turn on the light. The opposite of it is turn off, which is to stop a device. Don't forget to turn off the oven. Wait for. This is stay until something happens. I'm waiting for the bus. It means I will not leave unless or until the bus arrives. To warm up, prepare muscles for exercise. Before, maybe when you're going to gym, what you do, you first warm up. You prepare your muscles for exercise. You warm up. You should warm up before playing. And it's very important for those who go to gym. To work on. This is to focus on a task. He is working on a new project. Good. 100. Wrap up. This is to finish. Let's wrap up the meeting. Means let's finish the meeting. Wrap up. Now let's wrap up this list. Let's wrap up the class. Let's wrap up the service. Let's wrap up the meeting. To wrap up means to finish. To wrap up, wrap up, wrap up, wrap up, to finish. So please, we are going to read this text together. Hope you're with me. The day everything worked out. Just listen carefully, and I'm pretty sure that we'll understand the meaning of the phrasal verbs that are used in this text. The day everything worked out. Last Friday started like any other day. I woke up early, got up, and quickly put on my clothes before heading downstairs to make up for the time I'd lost after oversleeping, or for the time I had lost after oversleeping. You know the meaning of to oversleep. This is to sleep a lot. As I was preparing breakfast, I realized we had run out of milk. What do you understand? So I decided to eat out instead. Means I decided to go to the restaurant. On the way to the cafe, my car suddenly broke down. You remember the meaning of broke down? Broke down is a person of breakdown. And when I say my car suddenly broke down, means it stopped moving, it stopped working. So I had to call up a friend to pick me up. While I waited, I hung out near the store and came across an interesting book that someone had thrown away. I decided to pick it up and flip through a few pages. My friend finally showed up and we set off to grab breakfast. I brought up the topic of our old school days, and we couldn't help but laugh about how often we would get into trouble, but somehow always managed to get out of it. We continue. After breakfast, we decided to head back to my house to figure out what was wrong with my car. Means after breakfast, we decided to head back, means to return to my house to figure out, means in to discover what was wrong with my car. We looked into the engine. You remember the meaning of to look into something. Tried to work it out, but we couldn't. So we called in a mechanic who promised to come over later in the afternoon. While waiting, I went over my emails and found out that my boss had called off the afternoon meeting. You remember the meaning of to call off? To cancel. So my boss had called off the afternoon meeting. So I had more free time than expected. I decided to work on a personal project I'd been putting off, setting up a small home studio. I plugged in all the cables, set up my camera, and then logged in to my editing software. Just as I was about to check out the audio settings, the mechanic turned up. He quickly checked out the engine and pointed out that a belt had broken off. He'd have to order in a new part so the repair would again be put off until Monday. Hope that you have understood the meaning of all the phrasal verbs that we have in this text. So let us continue. Meanwhile, I invited him to sit down for a drink, and we ended up talking over a lot about technology. Eventually, he had to head out. So I saw him off to, okay, saw off. I didn't explain this phrasal verb. This is the past tense of to see off. To see off, that is to escort someone, to accompany someone, to escort someone. Okay, so I saw him off at the door, then got back to working on my project. By early evening, I was tired, so I decided to dress up and meet my friends for dinner. On my way, I ran into an old classmate who looked after me back in school when I was sick. We chatted for a bit, and I promised to call him back later that week. Dinner was fun. Everyone was showing off their new gadget. We remember of to show off and hairstyles. But halfway through, one of my friends passed out from exhaustion, means fainted. We all panicked, but someone quickly called for an ambulance. Remember, this pass out is not the same with pass away. I see that to pass away means to die. For example, his uncle passed away, but to pass out means to faint. To faint, this is when you lose control. For example, you can fall and then you lose control. You don't know where you are. Okay. So, but someone quickly called for an ambulance. Thankfully, he came around in a few minutes and said he simply forgotten to eat up that day. He had simply forgotten to eat up that day. After that, after that scare, we all decided to calm down, means to relax, and head back home and return home. I got in my friend's car, means I entered my friend's car, and finally headed off to relax. As soon as I got back, I checked in with my boss, then turned off my phone and decided to turn in early. That day, even though it seemed chaotic, everything worked out in the end. Sometimes you just need to hang on, keep going, and remember that even when things go wrong, good friends, a clear head, and a little patience help you get through anything. So please, thank you so much for watching this lesson. If you have any question, post it in the comment section. Remember to like, remember to share, and remember to subscribe to our Now Lab YouTube channel.